the Guinea Pig Collective. All will be assimilated. Resistance is futile.
Hey everybody, what's going on? And welcome back to another Going Old School Retro Discussion. As we are waiting for the rest of our panels to eventually arrive, they're a little bit later right now than Walton on his way past the Yellow Brick Road because, well, stumpy legs. But what's going on? I see the lovely Sherry is in the house. What is up, Sherry? Bone! What's up, Bone?
Yeah, bro.
Is in the house. Godzillionaire, what up, guys? Good to see you. Make sure to share the link out there. YouTube likes to suppress guinea pigs. They're not too fond of some of the Red Gaze's comments on my chat as well on my videos. So share this one out. Show YouTube that we will not put up with the suppression.
Bigots and whores.
What's going on, Miriam? Stop by for a bit just to wish you a great retro evening and good night to y'all. All right, you take care, Miriam. Be well. And what's going on? Steven Rants. Good to see you guys. In case you didn't know, in case you weren't paying attention, tonight is going to be about G.I. Joe. This is a big stream that I've been planning for a while. I've been wanting to really delve into the history of G.I. Joe and everything surrounding G.I. Joe leading up to the animated movie. Now, whether or not the other panelists want to talk about some of the newer movies, that is completely up to them. I personally only watched part of one of the new live-action ones. And I didn't like it, so I didn't bother watching any of the other ones.
Yeah, the new ones are gay,
and the figure line looked pretty bad too.
Well, it did have some action in it though. It was a bit more comedy, sort of, orientated, but compared to like the cartoons and yeah.
What's going on? Darius.
Darius.
Soy, right?
Well, it had to like appeal to sort of like a soy generation because it was like, oh yeah, well, we could have G.I. Joe with like 40-year-old men that will work out, or we could get some like 20-year-old dudes who look good looking and will attract sort of more teens.
What's going on? Decepticons, Cave Civilians. What's going on? Chris Fisk. I hope you're doing well, my friend. If you feel like you want to stop and Fisk it up here, you are always welcome. Captain Fandom Nerd. Change the name again, Captain? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. CJH is also in the house. Fluffy as God is here. I just vowed the new movies. Let's go, Joe. Absolutely. I agree with that one. Lasso Truth. Oh, hail everybody. What's going on?
Yeah.
I buy shit all the time. The keys can be cockeyed. Bad paint jobs. Yeah, some of that stuff. Yeah, it's really horrible. Straight up garbage. And the third was great and the music was great. My God, the writing made BVS look like cinema. That is absolutely horrible. Like I said, we actually have a bunch more guests that are going to be stopping in as soon as they can. I know Mark with a C is going to be stopping in. ETEP and Tony are supposed to stop in as well. And you know what? We're going to have some fun. I'm going to start off with some of the old school toys that I still have in the collection. Now, granted, this isn't all of them, but it is a few of them, so we can kind of get underway with this G.I. Joe discussion. Here we go. Hey, everybody, what's going on? Tommy and Rorschach are here today to talk about another awesome toy franchise. Are you ready, Rorschach? That's right, we're gonna start nibbling away, ain't we?
Yo, Joe! He'll fight for freedom wherever there's trouble. G.I. Joe is there.
Hey guys, and of course gonna have to show off some of those G.I. Joe toys. Of course, got a couple different versions, Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow. Now, this one is interesting. This is a mail away that my brother got in the mail. Somewhere is the original certificate with his name and everything else. My brother's version is Zartan, which I have a version as well, and of course, Sergeant Slaughter. And then all these other awesome figures in the back, which is just some of the ones that we have. Let's get an aerial view of these.
Oh, too easy. There's no place to run, Joes.
So you can see all the different ones that are sitting there. Of course, some of them are in states of disrepair because I need to get some more O-rings to finish fixing these damn things. But a lot of interesting characters, a lot of interesting figures sitting here. And like I said, this is just some of the ones that I could find offhand. I know there's at least another full case of these things sitting back there somewhere.
Don't forget us. Way to go, Snake Eyes!
And so I'm going to show off a few of my old G.I. Joes from left to right. We got Bushido, we have Dusty, we have the Dreadnoughts, Zartan and his brother Xandar, we have a Bat, and the Dreadnought air skiff driver, Zanzibar.
He never gives up, he'll stay till the fight's won. G.I. Joe will dare. G.I. Joe, hero. G.I. Joe.
I had to cut that one off a little bit early because, you know, if you run those clips a little bit too long, they want to come after you for it. So I tell you what, there's nothing to me. There's nothing quite like that original line of G.I. Joe figures that came out, the original 3 3/4. And as we start to get on with the show, we're going to delve into the actual beginnings of G.I. Joe with this 12-inch figures as well. But Red, what do you think about that little lineup of figures?
I was always kind of a fan of the Dreadnought. Some of them were a little weird. I don't know. I went back and forth. I was really picky, and most of my memories, of course, come from like being a kid or like an early teen. But at that point in time, I was very picky about the looks, like the aesthetics of certain characters. And there were certain things that didn't appeal to me. Like, for example, like Roman armor back in that day did not appeal to me. I thought it was really stupid. But as I grew and as I like learned, cultures and whatnot, like I could see the reasoning for it. I could see, how it fit into certain cultures and how it could actually be cool in its own way. So the older I get, and it's probably some nostalgia too, the older I get, the more I look back on a lot of this stuff and was, some of the same with music as well. Like, I'm a Michael Jackson fan now. I never used to be. Just the older you get, the more you learn to appreciate what you had, and yeah, I really dig him now. Now Zartan was weird. I remember when his hair came off, it was a weird, a bald Zartan was really weird.
Yeah, you know what? That was one of those figures, though. When I picked this one up, because I had to wind up getting him on the secondary market, I never had the chance to find it when I was a kid. And I know he had those little panels. Like, I had a couple of the panels, but I don't have all of them on my figure. So I remember those panels used to change color in the sunlight.
Yeah, that was kind of cool until it stopped working. And then it was like half-assed. Then sometimes it would get discolored in certain areas and not in others.
Well, I think if I remember correctly, his skin also turned colors too.
Yeah, it did.
I don't know, Decepticon. I've seen some of the new Hasbro ones, and some of them are pretty damn good. Not all of them. Some of them are kind of cheesy looking, but a lot of the retro re-releases that they're doing look damn good. Because I have that one, the Hiss Tank, It's a Megatron Hiss tank that comes with a Baroness figure. Dude, I'm telling you, man, the thing looks amazing. That's why I pre-ordered it early. Of course, I won't see that until 2023. But that's always nice for a pre-order. Yeah, you pre-order it now, you'll see it next year. Thanks.
Sounds like some comic books.
Yeah, right. Well, actually, I'll probably get that faster in some of these comic books. What's going on, Parrothead? Tommy, if you're going to talk G.I. Joe, you should reach out to Gary at Pop Culture Minefield. He's currently doing the comic. I would, but yeah, I'm not trying to search up anybody right now on Twitter. I just can't. I already got too much going on right now as it is.
Yeah, you've been making a nuisance of yourself, haven't you?
Yeah, that's what it seems like. Well, you know what? I'm not just going to just reach out last minute and say, hey, I need you to stop by. No, like if it's something that I said in advance, that's one thing. It's another thing to sit there and just like kind of try to want to drop it on somebody like, hey, I want you to stop by and talk about this. Yeah, no, I won't do that. But once again, who knows when the rest of our panelists will get here? I'm sure they'll get here eventually. I'm sure everybody's kind of busy. Monday always does seem to be a really busy day, and everybody always seems to be in the middle of something. So, unfortunately, I do start these streams a bit early for most, and that's partly because it's the time for me. You know, I want to be able to get done at a certain time because I like to be able to do things in the later half of the day, like clean out the guinea pig cages and get trash together because it's a trash night on Monday for Tuesday morning. So. But
Soy Boy fanboys.
So the first thing I want to do is before the rest of the guys get here, I want to get into the back history of G.I. Joe. Like, where did it start? I mean, we all remember the 3 3/4 inch figures. How many of us actually remember the 12-inch figures?
Me.
I remember them. I never had any.
I remember it was Action Men.
Yeah, when they got sent over to the UK, they were called Action Men.
Yeah, because I had an eagle-eyed commando with like
they had the TikTok eyes.
Yeah, and it had like I think it was a British, because like you could get them in loads, because I was saying can't remember what stream, but I think it was probably on this one where they had a like World War II sort of like good guys and bad guys sort of like display in one toy shop, where at the time it was like, oh yeah, that looks good, and you could get, but like, yeah.
Hey, what's going on, Keck? Good to see you. You say is something about Spider-Man? See, there's too much Marvel in there, CDH, so I'm not reading that. I remember my grandfather had a few of the 12-inch Joes. Lots of vets collect them. Yeah, I've heard that one too, because it just reminded them. I mean, all the stuff that they came with too, it felt like you were in the military. But let's get into the back history with this one, a little bit more of a detailed explanation of how these things got started. Hasbro's G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe, G.I. Joe, fighting man from head to toe, on the land, on the sea, in the air.
Now, the original idea for the action figure that would become G.I. Joe was developed in 1963 by Stan Weston, a Manhattan licensing agent. Weston made rudimentary prototypes of the figure and basic marketing materials that showed the sales potential of a military action figure. When he showed these materials to Donald Levine, a Hasbro executive, Levine told Weston, "You will make a fortune with these." Weston subsequently licensed the entire concept to Hasbro for $100,000. So beginning in 1964, Hasbro began to produce, market, and sell the G.I. Joe line. Initially, there were only 4 figures: a sailor, a soldier, a marine, and a pilot, each representing one of the 4 branches of the military, which was the Navy, the Army, the Marines, and the Air Force. The Hasbro prototypes were originally named Rocky for the Marine/soldier, Skip for the sailor, and Ace for the pilot, before the more universal name G.I. Joe was adopted.
And in 1965, an African-American figure was introduced into the line. Aside from the obvious trademarking on the right buttock, other aspects of the figure were copyrighted, features that allowed Hasbro to successfully pursue cases against producers of cheap imitations, since the human figure itself cannot be copyrighted or trademarked. The scar on the right cheek was one of these. It was unintentional at first. Well, it was the placement of the right thumbnail on the underside of the thumb. By the late 60s, in the wake of the Vietnam War, Hasbro sought to downplay the war theme that had initially defined G.I. Joe. The line became known as The Adventures of G.I. Joe in 1970. Hasbro settled on the name Adventure Team. The 12-inch figure had found some success overseas, being licensed out to English Palitoy under the Action Man name, as well as many other companies throughout the world, including Takara of Japan, who would later turn it into Henshin Cyborg. But by 1976, the 12-inch figure had lost steam and relevancy, and the line was canceled. However, Hasbro did use the original molds of the G.I. Joe line to create G.I. Joe style figures called the Defenders. Now, of course, the international market continued on through '84 under many various different names. Sometimes the figures actually became football players or other figures based on different types of sports.
So that was a little bit of back history for that. For those of you that are not familiar with how G.I. Joe started, I will say I did make one mistake in there. I said that he licensed it out. No, he did not license it out. He actually wound up selling it to Hasbro for $100,000, and that's all he got. Now, the original deal, he was going to license it off for $50,000, and then he was going to get like a certain percentage of royalty for every figure sold. Well, he turned that down and instead opted for the $100,000. If he would have took the royalty rights, his kids would still be taken care of today.
That's sad. A lot of people got screwed on royalties back in the day, like a lot, and screwed hard.
Well, most of them didn't think about the long-term, a long-term effect of residuals coming back from the percentages like that.
Right.
They were thinking like, oh, this is probably going to be in the flash in the pan. It's going to last a few years and it's going to be done. I better just take the big payout.
Yep. I wonder how they're feeling about that now.
And yes, they actually did come up with the term action figure, because when they first brought it up to Levine, when they came up with this, what they considered a doll, he's like, no, this isn't a doll. This is an action figure, because no boy is going to want to play with a doll. How right and wrong they were.
They were right for a long time.
You know what? I think they did, because they were doing all kinds of sports-inspired dolls. I don't care. Some of them, once you get into sports and stuff, it's not an action figure anymore. It's a doll.
Yeah, agreed.
And they had so many different sports ones. I'm pretty sure they probably had one doing that. The only good G.I. Joe comics was a Transformer crossover from the Second War, I think. Some of the original G.I. Joes weren't bad. Yeah, I know. What if it's an imaginary soup? I had to read it, right? Joking. I wish I could have found some of the comics, because there is a whole slew. I do. I actually really do. It's kind of disturbing. It disturbs me. But I see, Jens, you got the Action Man branded one brought up.
Yeah, that's what I had. It was like Tank Commander, sort of eagle-eyed Tank Commander, where the top half of him is exactly the same. I think I lost the binoculars in that, but I can't remember if the trousers, if it was grey, the brown or some, like the other one there. But yeah, that was sort of like nearly exactly like the one I had, and like I was buzzing. I also add another one, which I'll find. Well, yeah, hopefully.
No, I'm kind of disappointed here again, Jens. You know, everybody else has a good military helmet on now, and you're the only one without a helmet on top of the steeple of that clock tower. What's going on here?
I didn't want to be left out.
I don't even know that steeple. I think you're imagining things.
We got a war pig right here. We got a war dragon, and then we got you. What is going on here, Jens? You are just bringing this whole stream down with this.
Yeah, I need a helmet on that steeple stat.
But I'll get an helmet on and just go on cam if you want some helmet.
What?
We need helmet action, just not the type of helmet action that's going to bring Walton into the chat. Okay, let's take it easy with that stuff. What's going on, everybody? I see we have a few new people in the chat. What's going on, Superfan? Godzillionaire, I can't remember if I said hi to you earlier. If I did not, hey, what's going on? Happy Dinosaur 8000 is also in the house. Keck is saying hi to people as well. CJH, George Lucas was the only one who thought long-term with the toys rights. Yes and no, because initially he could not find a company to actually produce his toys, and that's why he wound up going with Kenner, because they were the last stop. And Kenner was really they were a very small toy company at the time. They were very unknown. And if it wasn't for George Lucas and Star Wars, and let me tell you what, Kenner fleeced George Lucas and Fox with the original deal. Like, they were getting, like, what was it, like a nickel off of every figure?
It wasn't shit. Yeah, it was pathetic. But in turn, George Lucas then fleeced, all of his actors with likeness rights, except for Alec Guinness.
Hello there. I hope you were doing well. It's not coming up. There it goes. I remember when my brother, now 43, was a toddler, my mom bought him a My Buddy doll. My dad was so angry. All the poor little guy wanted was his own boy doll to play with his three big sisters. That's horrible.
Boy doll. That
my
just sounds
buddy,
weird.
My buddy.
I'm not going to lie. I wanted a My Buddy at a certain age.
I'm curious. No, especially when Child's Play came out.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people missed that like the similarities between them.
I don't know how. I mean, My Buddy did look a little friendlier, and he
Just
wasn't a ginger. So that's always a good sign.
Holy shit! Now we're throwing shade at Liam.
Well, might as well join the club, right?
It does seem that way. Happy Dinosaur 8000. I'm curious. Anyone thinks Henry Golding action figures belong in the trash? I'm really not sure what Henry Golding action figures are. Luffy has got it. The Optimus Prime and Snake Eyes team up. That's all I'm saying. The creator of G.I.Joe comics turned out really woke. There's even a gay wrestling cover out there.
Ooh. Oh, God. Alec Baldwin's in the chat.
No way. Alex here?
Alex
What's
here.
going on, Baldwin? Calm down, everyone. Calm down, everyone. Now we have a reason to believe that I wasn't to blame for the shot. It was the blue-haired crazy person who was being controlled by Splenda. I don't know why he didn't include that. That's because he's not the real Baldwin, because it always goes back to Splenda.
Splenda is the meaning of life, in case you didn't know.
Right? Special copyright protections. Yeah, these freaking companies. Oh, you'll like this news. Someone threatens Disney with lawsuits or something. Yeah, good. They need to be threatened with lawsuits. That company just needs to burn in hell. And I want to be there to watch it. I'm sure George would be there with me.
I'm sure he would. Yeah, every time I think of George these days, I just think of that picture of him in the cafeteria looking all depressed.
It's horrible what they did to him. Absolutely horrible. But really, in a way, he kind of partially did it to himself by selling to those snakes.
He did, yeah. And he should have known better, but he didn't. Or he did, or he did and didn't realize he would care as much as he does.
Yeah, that probably is the case too. But I have not seen the new reaction. I've seen the regular reaction figures of G.I. Joe, and they look absolutely like shit. I don't know if you're talking about the ones you're talking about are a little bit different, but I've seen the original reaction where it's just got the 5 points of articulation. They look like stiff little Star Wars figures, and these ones look so goofy, like they have a Snake Eyes. He's in a blue color. It just looks so weird. It's not to say that the packaging around it and everything doesn't look bad, but yeah, like the figures themselves look terrible. I don't know if the Super 7 version of it is any better. I haven't seen them.
I don't know. Yeah, I haven't seen any of them.
Oh, the fake Snake Eyes actor wouldn't wear a mask. Yeah. I see. I never watched that, and I have no interest in watching it. What's going on? Monkey Jeebus. Monkey Jeebus. Boy, that's a tongue twister. Try to say it too fast. Alestra is better than Splenda. Oh, no.
No, Happy Dinah, it's Splenda. Alec Baldwin's in the chat. You can ask him yourself.
How come Dino Riders never got a reboot? I'm sure somebody might be looking into it. I mean, hell, somebody's looking into Silverhawks.
Yeah, they're pulling out all kinds of obscure stuff to piss all over now. They'll get to Dino Riders.
Yeah, right, CJ? Could you imagine that? This could mean that Mickey Mouse would be public domain, and Tommy can now finally make that Transformers versus Mickey Mouse versus Walton fan fiction he always wanted to do.
Correction, Shortwood Walton.
A small wood. I wrote that down because they were very adamant in that chat about Smallwood Walton. Oh no!
Oh God!
Hey, what's going on, you bigots? Ain't no way that's happening. Yeah, it is, Mickey. Yeah, it is. We're going to send Walton over there. He's about your size, and he's going to kick your ass. King of the Squibs, what's up?
Hey,
good to see you. Yeah, Alec didn't do it. God damn it, that's a lie, Alec. We know you did it. We know you did it. Let me tell you something. I know for a fact it was me. I was going after those crazy Republican aliens that came down from the sky, and I was trying to stop them, and accidentally somebody else got shot. But behind it all is a big bag of Splenda. I'm telling you, people, listen to me. I know what I'm talking about. This is the truth and nothing but the truth. God damn it, Baldwin. You really need to get out of here with that nonsense. You just go rub up and down on some good old toasters. It'll make you feel so much better. And you can stop worrying about loading guns and being a total asshat. I don't know what either one of these guys are talking. A bunch of slack-jaw faggots running around in this goddamn panel. We got to get them out of here, Tommy. Okay, Jesse, I'm getting rid of them. See, I don't care. I'll say it on my own channel. Walton will have a freaking fit about it, but I'll do it here. Bite me, Mama Susan. I don't know. I want to keep Steven's brand all to himself. I don't want to like mix our brands because then people are going to get the wrong idea. There's a killer in the chat.
They're going to think ill of the guinea pigs.
Yeah, we don't want that. He actually had asked me one time, how come I haven't been assimilated like everybody else? So I said, that's because I asked the guinea pigs and they said they don't want to be associated with your enema stuff. He's like, you're an asshole, Tom. You know that? You're an asshole. I'm like, yeah.
Well, plus you're not a guinea pig. It just doesn't make any sense.
What the fuck did we just witness? Pure craziness. Pure absurdity. A bundle of sticks. And the ghost of Pouch.
Jesus.
That's it. You're demonetized. Get your boosters. Oh, man. No, a lot of fun. I enjoy picking on Walton, and it's all in good fun. I think a lot of people miss out on that. I am just joshing him because he's a friend of mine. Guinea Joe's? Yeah. G.I. Pig. Hold on. I got the wrong icon up here. There we go. GI Pig.
That goes boop. You need a sound effect for that.
Call the Ghostbusters. But as we continue on with the G.I. Joe discussion here, we'll get into the next clip. Who knows when everybody else is going to pop up? Everybody's always running late. It just seems to be the theme anymore.
The way of the world.
Is what it is. Hopefully everybody...
We got guinea pig world champion in the chat, Tommy.
What? Get out of here. Pump those weights. Look at that. Some respect for the pigs. I like this. I like this a lot. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of the Guinea Pig Collective. You have been assimilated. So as we continue on with the G.I. Joe stories, obviously, we already talked about the 12-inch figures and what started it off. And Donald Levine taking that toy franchise basically away from Weston. So
you say Rachel Levine?
No, Donald Levine. Who's Rachel Levine?
The man. That's a woman.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I forgot all about that thing.
I did until today. Somebody posted a series of 3 pictures, starting with Rachel Levine, and then a cross between Rachel Levine and Mitch McConnell, and then Mitch McConnell, and it's the same dude. That put it fresh in my memory, unfortunately.
I'm sure Walton is probably. He's like, oh, that's going to be the future ex-wife.
Oh.
Everybody's his future ex-wife, apparently. I don't know. But after the 12-inch line actually lost steam, there was actually a long lull in there where there was no figures, and then eventually we would wind up getting G.I. Joe Resurrected. And there was a whole lot that was involved in that. A lot of people behind the scenes that loved that franchise enough to bring it to the son of Donald Levine and finally get the franchise rolling again on its feet. So we're going to get into that part of it. Here we go.
Now, as mentioned earlier, Takara had licensed off the original G.I. Joe 12-inch figures and had found some success, but unfortunately, the kids in Japan were not really interested so much into war toys. So Takara had taken these figures and they had changed them. They made translucent plastic with metallic-looking innards, and they created the Henshin Cyborg. Now, this was in 1972. Now, less than 2 years later, there was an oil crisis. Takara had looked for ways to actually shrink these figures down because the original figures were actually costing too much to produce, and nobody really had the money to pay that much extra for these big giant figures with all their extra attachments. So in 1974, the Microman version of the Henshin Cyborg was created, and it found great success. Now, even though they kept the Henshin Cyborg line on for another year, it was phased out due to not only the popularity of the Microman series, but obviously the extra cost involved in making such a large figure. So after the G.I. Joe line was sitting on the shelf for quite some time, in 1982, they successfully relaunched G.I. Joe. Now, this was after the Star Wars toy craze with the 3.75-inch figures. And let's not forget the Microman series with all the articulation that those figures have. And it's kind of funny that Hasbro had licensed off G.I. Joe to Takara, and then in turn, they wind up creating a toy line very similar to the Microman that Takara had created off the backs of the G.I. Joe figures. And to get this line running very smoothly and to make sure it was successful, they employed for the first time their 3-point marketing strategy, which included not only a comic, a TV show, but traditional ads and marketing.
He'll fight for freedom wherever there's trouble. G.I. Joe is there. It's here, the G.I. Joe collection. Infantry trooper, codename Grunt. Bazooka soldier, codename Zap. Motor soldier, codename Short Fuse. Laser rifle trooper, codename Flash. Ranger, codename Stalker. Communication Communications Officer. Codename Breaker. Machine Gunner. Codename Rock and Roll. Counterintelligence. Codename Scarlet. Commando. Codename Snake Eyes. Each sold separately. G.I. Joe from Hasbro.
Oh,
Codename
yeah.
Smallwood.
Smallwood Walton reporting for duty. Ready to get the enemies going. Would he come with the little tubing and everything? Would he come with a 48-ounce bucket as well?
Yeah, the trick to that would be the tube would have to be thin enough to fit the size of the figure, but thick enough to actually get fluid through it. If you want a real action, with action enema action.
With squirting action.
You'll be able to see it anyway because it'd have the camouflage so good with all the twigs and
you could give it a hit in the action figure with the his future endeavors with a small sapling trait.
That could be a whole playset.
CJ says the only Levine is Avril. Ted Levine. Having nostalgia, bring back that toy documentary franchise. No rush. He also says, curious, do hamsters like Brussels sprouts? I'm not sure. I don't know. My wife has a couple of hamsters. I'm not sure what they like. I know what the guinea pigs like. And they like the same stuff all the time, brought to them multiple times a day because they're hungry little bastards. Autobots, roll out. What's going on? Optimus Prime gender. Oh, Jesus. We got them all in the chat tonight. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for stopping in. It was the highlight of my day every day. An episode of that day came out when that episode came out. Yeah, absolutely. I used to watch that one all the time. Tommy is our toy historian. I wish I'm working on it. Everybody's saying hi. Those damn rubber bands. Yeah, you know what? And I found the best thing to replace those old rubber bands on the back of the G.I. Joes are actually small rubber gaskets. Like you can buy the little rubber gasket sets and an Ace, a Home Depot, Lowe's. Those are the best things to actually replace them with. They last 10 times longer too.
I used to get the knockoffs at the dollar store and just buy them specifically for the rubber bands to replace in the G.I. Joes.
I didn't have any early G.I. Joe comics. I only have some from the 2000s and up. Yeah. Well, I mean, it was like one thing that Marvel was doing. They did the same thing with Transformers later on with that 3-point marketing strategy. They came out with the comic first, and then Marvel actually worked with Sunbow to create the cartoon. They did the same thing for G.I. Joe.
Yeah. I got to look. I think I have a few G.I. Joe comics upstairs.
I know I had a few somewhere. But once again, it's buried in all the boxes in the garage, and I forget which box it's in because I got to have at least 9 short boxes in cases sitting out in the garage. Code name Tree Hugger. Yes, he would come with a sapling. Code name Veronica. That game is badass. Yo, Shadowhawks, Bax, what's up? And the guinea pig overlords. Hell yeah.
What up, Shadowhawk?
Comes with gender accessories. Code name Echo.
Echo.
Death by Saber is also in the house. Jens, you English prick. Hell.
Suck my peen.
That one was nice and clear.
Walton would want to know, is it clean?
It will
if
be.
not, we'll let you know that Walton.
Clean, Christine.
Walton is apparently the peen Jesus, and he is going around to your town cleaning peens.
My peen is clean. What you say? I say.
That's nasty. You could use rubber bands or braces. I think they might be too big, wouldn't they?
I don't know. I never had a close look at rubber bands for braces.
Has Mattel and Hasbro ever worked together or talked about working together for crossovers? Not that I'm aware of, but you never know. You just never know. Yeah, IDW, that's another one. That's a very sore subject with me. Like some of the early Transformers stuff they were doing, excellent. The later shit was just god-awful trash. And that's how they got their asses canceled by Hasbro, which I'm still applauding that one. That was like the best decision Hasbro ever made to freaking dump those bastards on their heads.
Doesn't Hasbro pretty much own everything now? Like the toy companies? Like didn't Mattel fold into them? And
well, yeah, they didn't buy Mattel. They bought out Kenner.
Okay. The Mattel is Mattel still out there? Because I barely
Mattel's still out there. Yeah, they're still doing Masters of the Universe and stuff. They're still their own entity so far. I'm trying to forget who bought out Tyco. I can't remember if that was Mattel or if that was a different company. I think it was Mattel for some reason. And there was another toy company called Tomy Toys. They were bought out by Takara. So now they're
you need to start Tommy Toys.
Yeah, right? I wish. I need some backing for that. Poor Cobra Commander. He always had sound plans and somebody always messed up. And every episode ended with Cobra on the run. Yep. That was another thing that they did for the cartoons. They actually, instead of actually firing bullets, they were firing lasers because they couldn't have too much violence on a cartoon.
So they never hit anyone anyway.
No, they shot like stormtroopers. Now, there's a good question. Who is going to hit who first? Cobra Troopers or Stormtroopers?
I don't know. I've seen a Stormtrooper like land a shot or two. I don't think I've ever seen a Cobra Trooper land a shot.
No, Soul Assassin, what up? Code name, Flounder. Why Flounder? Why not? Keely Chow is supporting Walton and is going around the nation cleaning the peen. Do
you think Walton keeps like a peen bowl by his front door?
I would imagine so. Like I said,
so
it's like
he sponge down people's peens as they come in.
Yeah, he's the peen Jesus. He's out there doing the work that nobody else wants to do. God bless him. Code name Trouser Snake. Tommy, you should do the shocking discovery of Lily, the gentleman's doll that became a Barbie.
Damn.
Yes, they did do Jurassic Park Transformers. I remember seeing them. They were an exclusive somewhere. I forget who did them.
Yeah,
I mean, which I not know who did them, but who actually had them in their store because they were exclusives. Like so many of these other ones are exclusives, only available like let's say Amazon, and that's one of the problems I have collecting a lot of these things, especially the Transformers. There's so many exclusives, from so many different companies. Like Walmart had originally just the Netflix exclusives for the show when it came out, and their redecos of some of the Siege and Earthrise figures. And then Amazon had their own Transformer exclusives. Target had their own Transformer exclusives. And then there was a couple exclusives that were only available through like Hasbro, what is that, Pulse or whatever. Mattel has Hot Wheels.
Damn, I haven't actually been in a toy section for a long time. I don't know what the hell's out there anymore.
Are TMNT creator owned? No, they sold out to Nickelodeon. I remember that because Laird didn't want to sell. Yeah, Laird didn't. Laird didn't want to sell, but Eastman did.
Quite.
Now, what's that, Jens?
You're saying, well, I've gone to like the supermarkets and that, so they have a little bit of a toy section. They have like, I saw like Iron Man, Spider-Man, the usual, and then you got the Barbie, and but then there was like these Fortnite figures where it was like, oh right. The kids are like, oh yeah, Fortnite figures. Probably the one that like it would be some skin or whatever, like, so they can buy it. I remember when Thingy Figures was out, like Metal Gear Solid. So yeah, but so won't change much.
Yeah, I'm not sure who bought
Action Man's
Nickelodeon.
Still going.
Is it still going? Yeah, because I know originally they did sell out to Nickelodeon, and that's why there was all those Nickelodeon shows that wound up turning up. And most of the newer TMNT figures that come out, you see Nickelodeon written all over the packaging. I like the first version of Cobra Commander, not Towel Head Cobra Commander.
Yeah.
That towel can't protect your head from anything. Oh, look, Jesus is here too.
Yeah, you done.
Jesus,
did it now.
have you met the peen Jesus yet? He's an amazing man. He's going around the country cleaning peens, one peen at a time, and doing it thoroughly, from what I understand. He will even scrape
Sometimes
barnacles
two.
off.
He can double fist those things. Hail Jesus.
There were SDCC and GameStop had gotten them. I'll be on in a little while. Oh, awesome. Cool. Thanks, Vinny. Yeah, you can come in and talk about that. Jesus. It's Jesus. IDW has the comic rights to the Eternals, but are losing them soon. Yeah, IDW is losing everything because they're just garbage. Even George is surprised that Jesus is in the house. George, you should really talk to Jesus about that white slavery thing. See if you guys can get a deal hammered out to take care of those people. Most of the Image Comics characters are created owned as well. That's why Spawn has fought Batman and Spider-Man. They also did something with the Predator. They did something with Aliens. They did something with Judge Dredd. They had a lot of crossovers with Spawn. I'm sure Vinny could talk about that as well. Throat goat is supposed to be derogatory. I'm not sure what the throat goat is, but I'm sure Walton could freaking chime us in on that.
I have the original Spawn Batman crossover, but it's worth nothing.
Oh, really? That's a true story. In Germany, there was a dog
Yeah,
for traveling salesman called Lily.
The other action on that. I own.
That's unfortunate.
Oh, okay. Paramount owns Nickelodeon. Okay. Hey, Jesus, my lawn needs mowing. Oh, no. All you need now is Greta to show up. Yeah, right? Or maybe we get the Ultimate to show up. That'd be awesome. I would like to bounce her out of my chat. Freaking the plank of wood. Because I don't care what anybody says. Brie Larson is a shaved Sasquatch. Changed my mind.
No, I'm not going to.
Goddamn feet, man. It's those nasty, dirty, disgusting, ape-like feet. Where else but the Guinea Pig channel would be the site for the second coming? I am European historian. Oh, look at this. Look at this. We've also got Satan in the house.
Oh, shit.
Man, the channel is rocking today. We got both Jesus, Satan, and George Lucas in the house. Alec Baldwin stopped by and the ghost of Fauci. This has been an amazing evening so far, and we are only just getting started.
I feel like you missed a few, too.
Did I? That's rude to Sasquatch. Oh, man. So anything you want to say about the relaunch of the 82 Joes?
No. Sorry.
Wait, I think it was funny that when they relaunched them initially, there was articulation, but it was actually limited articulation compared to what they could have done. And in the following years is when they started correcting all those little things that they missed. Like they started putting a turn up the upper bicep. They started putting a turn down by the ankle or something. No, we lost the ends. Satan must have drove him out.
Yep, obviously. Oh, now the ancient alien guys is here.
What's going on, Sentinel? Good to see you. Giorgio, I like that show. I don't care what anybody says. I thought that show was entertaining. This is a fact. We almost had one guinea pig, but the wife couldn't get to the store fast enough. But there was this pig that had the same hairstyle as Giorgio from Ancient Aliens. And that's what we were going to wind up calling him.
Wow, that's a pretty unique hairstyle.
The only other pig that I seen that was really unique is I seen this one. No shit. He had these weird markings around his eyes like mascara, and he looked like Alex from A Clockwork Orange.
And you didn't get this pig. Why?
Well, at the time, the wife wouldn't allow it because she was allergic to pigs, and she was like, we're not getting any more pigs. And then it wasn't even a year later that I was getting more pigs, so she should have just gave in.
Just remember
Yes.
that every time you have an argument, throw that in her face.
Yep.
I could have had Alex. You denied me, Alex. You ruined my life.
Was a Roadblock? I want to say yes, but actually now I'm thinking about it, I think no. I think it was just Night Stalker was part of the first line. I think Roadblock was part of the second wave. I want to say he was part of the second wave. I actually have an old catalog picture somewhere, and it shows all the original ones. And I cannot remember if Roadblock was in that first wave or not. Yeah, get back on the stream. Tommy is hoarding guinea pigs. Yes, I am.
What is it?
How do you build a collective without hoarding guinea pigs? Or are they hoarding me? They have taken over my life. Everything is guinea pig now. But okay, so we're going to get into the next part of this, and man, hopefully the rest of the panel will show up. Man, I feel like I'm being guinea pigged out here. This is not cool. Not cool, people.
Ostracized.
See that? It's just the way a pig gets treated. This is horrible. Horrible. I'm not worried. They'll get here when they get here. And if they don't, well, I'm going to have a stern nibbling with them later. But getting on to the next part.
Don't worry, Tommy. God's got your back.
I know, right? And thank God it ain't Walton. Well, actually, that might actually be a good threat. Look, you guys need to get on the stream, or I'm going to send the Peen Jesus after you. You don't want him showing up at your house. Try explaining that to your wife.
Damn.
Vinny. I see you, Vinny. I see
when
you.
He's giving it a tug. He's tugging away on it. Yeah.
God, sometimes I forget Tommy's a Florida man.
Getting the ice cream off it.
Yeah, God is in the house as well. What's up, God? Good to see you. God is watching out for the Guinea Pig Collective. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the next part of the G.I. Joe story, and there's a bit more to tell, so buckle in, ladies and gentlemen.
He'll fight for freedom wherever there's trouble. G.I. Joe is there.
Each sold separately. The G.I. Joe motorized battle tank.
And of course, with the much smaller figures, it became possible to create many different vehicles and other assorted play sets. With the larger figures, just was not possible. But unfortunately, much like the earlier 12-inch line, the 3.75-inch line was canceled at the end of 1994. Comically, this actually coincided with the 30th anniversary of the G.I. Joe line, and accordingly, Hasbro released a 12-inch figure based on the original action team from 1964. From 1997 to 1998, Toys R Us had exclusive Stars and Stripes Forever figures that it released throughout its stores. Now, the select assortment of figures from the Real American Hero line were released in 1997 to celebrate its 15th anniversary, and the second assortment followed the next year in 1998. So in 2000, Hasbro re-released a selection of 3.75-inch G.I. Joe figures and vehicles. This line only lasted until 2002. The figures were sold in packs of 2 and consisted of repainted versions of figures from the Real American Hero line. Now, some of these repainted figures were assigned new identities. For example, the Baroness figure was repainted and sold as a new character called Chameleon, described on the packaging as the illegitimate half-sister of Baroness.
lost Jens again.
I know. He's in and out. I mean, this is what happens. God damn these British guys. Jens, get back here, you bastard. Solar Warden, I have a 12-inch action figure, and it's clean. Did Walton show up and clean that for you?
Oh.
As CJ says, God's profile pic is a guinea pig. Rest in peace, Toys R Us. Star Wars that killed you in the end. So sad. Yeah. Oh, Tony of the Clown World Review. Buddy, what's going on? Where are you at? Get up here. Chris Fiss, I love the Terradrome. I used to try to launch that Firebat mini jet thing by stomping on the trigger. And on the 69th day, God created the like button. Please smash the I button.
Nice.
The Lord has spoken. Guinea pigs are the next evolutionary step. Nice. I knew it. I knew it all along. See, I was ahead of the curve. Keep telling you people, get assimilated. I take care of my own equipment. That's right. Keep those things away from Walton because he ain't going to stop with just cleaning the outside of the figure. He's going all the way in.
Yeah. He's not. I'm just going to leave that one alone.
Praise thy heavenly guinea. Jens can't hide from God. God says, I will find Jens. Oh, no. Jens, get back up here before it's too late.
At least it's not Satan saying that.
Jens, you Phil Collins on crack looking motherfucker. Get back on the stream, you English prick. Oh, good God, that's savage.
Ouch.
That's so savage.
Like Phil Collins is bad enough. You got to put the crack in there.
Well,
he don't know
there's
talking good like me and you. So his vocabularistics is limited.
Yeah.
What's going on with the internet today, Jens?
I think it's a combination of the internet, but it's not bad, but usually this way. And I think the laptop was overheating because I've had it on all day.
No, that's
Can
not
you
good.
hear me? Yeah.
It's not good if it starts overheating.
Well, I've had it on all day though, because I've been doing the episode 6 of Moon Knight sort of thing, and I've been like getting loads of like screenshots and having to record the audio. So
Solar. Yeah,
I was going to say, I think that's just because it was an attempt to copy a real woman, just like the lives on TikTok.
And they fail time and time again. Satan is laughing. He's having a good time. He's causing chaos.
Wait, is Satan a guinea pig too? I can't tell.
I can't tell either.
He might be.
He's shrouded. Soul Assassin says Guinea Satan owes me $5. The battle for the guinea pig souls have begun. And we got Harrison with us. What's up, Harrison?
I'm here to say hi to George, God, Jesus, all of you fellas, and I'm here to apologize. John Cena taught me some Mandarin to say sorry. Sure. Yo, Joe. Sure. Zartan. Sure. Then he made a video. Sure. She, sha.
Are you talking about the Blacketeer video, Harrison?
Oh, shit. Sorry I'm late. But I had to apologize, right? That's the best way of doing it.
Who makes more noises, Tommy's pigs or Walton and his trees? That is a good question. I would say probably the pigs because nobody wants to be around Walton when he's out in the woods.
Well, I got a question. If Walton humps a tree in the woods, can anyone hear it?
He's probably loud enough that the next village can hear.
Well, I'm sure Brie Larson hears it.
That's the correct answer. Oh my God, these Florida trees. Oh, God, those asses. Oh.
They made me walk 5 miles to go get a burger, and then I had to hump a pine tree.
What a creepy bastard. No, I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. I'm telling the truth. I'm going to pull up that video for you. I was waiting for this stupid thing to process, but I think it finally did. So just give me a second. Let me get to the studio. How's everyone doing?
Oh, doing good, man. Doing great. Waiting for
Excellent.
everybody to stop in. I know we're still waiting on ETEP and Tony to stop by. Mark is supposed to stop by at some point.
Where's your army helmet, Vinny?
It's in my pants.
Oh, shit.
Did Walton clean it?
No.
The peen Jesus.
That little creep tried. I'm like, get the hell away from my crotch, you weirdo. Sorry. All right. You want a gander at the Zartan?
Yeah, man.
Should we break into this? All right,
Do
let me
it.
share screen. Get ready, folks. It's Cobra time. So here's the Zartan figure. This is the G.I. Joe Classified series. This son of a bitch was very, very hard to get. Because of the scalpers, but I talk about it in the video as well. But yeah,
he looks pretty sexy in the mid.
Well, it's the dreadnought.
Are you suggesting that he may take it, Red?
Well, I hope not.
I don't know. He's probably more of a giver.
That's close to his original design. He's definitely going to give it to them because he's a Cobra.
Did they have any of the color changing action on this one?
They released a second version of him. I think he's an exclusive to somewhere. He's got a new paint job. Like they put more silver on top of like that metal kind of chest plate that he has. And he has the changing thing where his skin's blue, and I think he comes with another face.
Awesome.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to really dive into it, but like I saw a couple of people had done reviews on it. But this is the original release. So, but yeah, it's a nice packaging on this thing. That's what she said. Yeah, here's a guy out of the package, but yeah, he's an Aussie, so he's it's very hot down there all the time. I guess that's why he's dressed the way he is. I have no idea. But no, I think the design was pretty cool on this thing because it had a lot of kind of throwbacks to the original. Because you remember with the classified line, they try to do something a little bit different, and fans are like, "No, you're so close to the original designs. Get back to it, you morons." So they tried to tweak things here and there, and they did re-releases of a couple of characters just to get them closer to the original color schemes and all that. But I gotta say, this thing is pretty damn cool. I always liked these characters when I was a kid. He comes with a decent amount of accessories, pretty good gun. It fits in the hand great. Like it's not going to fall out or it's not loose or anything. It comes with the dagger that you could put into the sheath, which was cool. And his finger does fit in the ring. So,
oh wow,
it was interesting. Yeah, it was interesting that they designed it that way. But and what's awesome is he could actually reach it too, because a lot of these figures, like the articulation is so bizarre that they can't do that. But yeah, he could actually put the hand back there. So. If you want to get him in some cool poses.
Honestly, this is probably one of the most badass looking Zartans I've ever seen.
I think so, man. These things were kind of weird. So you got these little accessories, a decapitated snake head you could dangle off of his belt, and a monkey paw. I don't remember them with any of these kind of, witch-like items or black voodoo shit, but I guess it's okay. I mean, they're in the swamp and everything.
Yeah, they're swamp people, so that makes sense.
Yeah, that's it. So I'm going to save a snack for later. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi.
Do you guys remember in the old Marvel comics, like one of the first time they actually had the Dreadnoks, and they had the one scene where they're actually at their little, like, it was almost like a bar setup or something they had in the swamp. And I forget which one it was. It was either Torch or Ripper. They were talking about they gargled in the morning with grape soda.
Yeah, I do remember that, but I remember hearing that, but I don't know. I haven't seen it though. I know I heard it, but yeah. So since he's the master of disguise, they gave him that extra face that you could pop in. And it just slides right on. And yeah, like that scarf thing that he has in the hood, they're just like soft plastic, so you can just pop in and off. It's no problem whatsoever. So, but I mean, his body's still the same, so I don't know how that's supposed to work. You know what I mean? Who else dresses like that? He's like, oh, I got a new face. But anyway, the backpack's cool. So this thing, you could pry it open, and it's storage for the face that he comes with.
Awesome.
So that's pretty cool. In my mind, it's like, it reminded me of Darkman. Remember, like, oh, there's a certain expiration time on those faces that they have.
Yeah.
They would melt off. So I guess it's probably just an air-conditioned backpack. That's all. Again, down in Aussie land, it's hot and humid. I have no idea. But,
Got a second face in case you get attacked by some koala bears.
Who's attacked by koala bears? But yeah, that's what it looks like
right.
without. Mm-hmm. And articulation is pretty good on this guy too. So head movement's all right. I took off the, all that shit so you could see it more clearly. But again, you can just get him whatever pose you want, and then you can kind of fidget with the hood to get him looking in the right direction. And see, McFarlane, if they're listening, that's how you're supposed to do the shoulder pads. Not what they did on that Witcher figure, those morons.
Yeah, where they were hanging off the arms instead of the
Yeah.
actual top of the traps and everything.
Exactly. They pinned it to the side of the arm instead of having it on the actual like chest plate. But yeah.
Not good in a certain angle, but yeah, the rest.
Yeah. But not too bad. The drop down legs are kind of weird to me because you can see they get a little bit stuck. Like I don't understand the reason why they did that because it's kind of unnecessary. Since the sculpt of like the pants and shit on the legs, like you got the double jointed knees, but it limits the range of motion how it's sculpted anyway because they give them like thicker legs. So what's the point of the drop downs? Like it's stupid. You could just do regular joints and it would have been fine. He could still do splits and all that shit. But that's just.
I think Bone could be onto something here.
What's that?
Zartan could be a Florida man too. Probably drinks PBR.
Probably. They've got the same weather practically.
Looks like he'd be a wrestler and all. A little bit of part-time wrestling.
Yeah, you can see that. Wasn't there that Dreadnought, that really big guy? He was old
Road Pig.
Road Pig. Yeah.
Well, Zanzibar was actually a fairly big figure too. I actually showed that one off earlier. And even his figure was jacked. Granted, his legs weren't as big as Road Pig, but yeah, his like arms and his chest were like huge.
That's awesome. Yeah, Road Pig. I love that figure when I was a kid because it was so different from everybody else.
And the cinder block on a stick.
Yes, the cinder block hammer. Like what really good is that weapon? Like you get one good hit with that, and that's pretty much it.
That's all you need. One hit.
And it was a cartoon, and things don't actually, happen the way they should.
Exactly. But yeah, all in all, with all of his gear on and shit, like it's a nice looking figure. So yeah, Hasbro, I think they hit it out of the park with these. But again, they're so damn hard to find. I know Storm Shadow has been out forever. Like they did the classic one, and I can't find them. I can't find any of these effing things.
The only thing I'm seeing for the classified line anymore, Vinny, is just the ones for the Snake Eyes movie. Yeah,
I've seen a couple of those here or there, but not Scarlet. I haven't seen Scarlet anymore. That one that's there. I've seen Baroness, and there's a Keto or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd seen the Scarlet one a couple times. I just didn't like the way it looked. I passed on it.
All right. Well, that's her there, and I think she's a nice figure. She might be better than the regular classified line, to be honest. I think like the face looks better, and because the classified one, the face really bothers me. Like they did it like very like kid-like the way that I don't know how they sculpted and painted it. And I know they released her twice. And that's one of the Troopers. I believe this was the second release of the Troopers. Again, impossible to find. These scalpers are sons of bitches. And since everybody is, army building, they'll take a whole case. It's ridiculous. But yeah. So yeah, none of these figures I found in stores. I had to get them online.
See, I've actually gotten to the point where some of the collecting that I'm really considering, like just getting a hold of Hasbro and seeing if I can get some like wholesale boxes. Because it is impossible unless you get lucky.
Yeah, it's really stupid. I returned one of the ones that I did find. There was that orange Cobra Trooper. Like, I got no place for it. I got no room for it, so I ended up bringing them back. I didn't even open it. I was going to do the review. I'm like, I'll just keep it sealed. I don't give a shit. Because I like the classic looks. You know, if it was a Crimson Trooper, I would have kept it. I don't really remember those orange ones. But the thing was, it's like, you know, either you get them or you'll never see anything like that again. I got him. He was sitting here for about a month. I'm like, I'm not doing anything with it. I don't like it. Give me the classic looks. So I think the Crimson ones, the Crimson Guard, they're going to be released soon, I think. But again, you're going to have to look online or pre-order like with Big Bad Toy Store or something, because it's really stupid how they did this. I mean, these things are selling like crazy. Everyone knows it. Hasbro, why don't you fucking make more of these? It's going to sell. That's like printing money. Morons. Yeah.
Godzilla in there, the Alley Viper.
Yeah, the Alley Viper. Yeah, that's the one that I had. I showed it on a stream. I'm like, yeah, I was going to review it, and then I never did. I brought him back. I don't know. There was things that were kind of cool about it, but I don't know. For me, it's still, I need something to make a little bit more sense. Being in neon orange, and camouflage makes no sense to me.
Decepticon Cave says the Cobra Bat is what he wants.
That's what I want too. The classic one, not that weird painted one. Give me the black one with the black and yellow. That's the one I want.
Orange.
Oh,
the original one was orange. Okay. That was another one I was showing off early. Hey, what's going on, Shellback?
Howdy.
Nice. Hail, Shellback.
I apologize for the tardiness. I was trying to get the warm up freaking stream all set up, and the thumbnail crap was giving me, the phone was giving me crap, so I'm gonna have to have a talk with Motorola, I guess, or something. Because anyway, sorry to interrupt. What are we talking about? I mean, I know it's G.I. Joe, but
yeah, we were talking about the Joes for sure. Yeah, the one that's the bats that are, I guess, being released now, it's like a yellowy orange, the color that they picked.
Okay.
Which, yeah, it's still, I mean, they still look good. But yeah, those classic ones is that's what I want.
George says the Cobra Mamba was his favorite.
Oh, nice. Yeah, those are cool, man. Like I said, they had so many great designs. It's a shame.
Yeah, don't forget, guys. Vinny's got booty up there to grab.
Oh,
not his booty, because Walton thought it was actually going to be Vinny's booty he was grabbing, and he found that it wasn't, and he was so depressed. He wound up having to walk, what was it, like 7 miles to go get a cheeseburger?
That's what I heard. I don't know. He's very strange, that man.
I don't know. It looked like there was some booty grabbing going on in one of them pictures that got posted.
He tried, and that's why he's got a black eye now. This is the merchandise. So if you guys want some really cool T-shirts and things, I'm not going to do a big show, but it's there. The link's out there. Thank you so much, Lasso of Truth, for popping it out there. These designs are pretty sweet. The mugs are fantastic, and yeah, I got really killer T-shirts here too. So I made sure to give you guys that awesome picture of Annie from Shadow of the Kraken, and you get different colors as well. You could just cycle through here, which you'd like, and then bam, yeah, you go for it. So I won't, like I said, I won't chill too much there, but.
No worries. What's going on? Frog G is in house. Hail all, can't stay. Just hopping by to remind everyone to tickle the algorithm, smash the like, dingle the bells, and subscribe. I appreciate that.
Amen to that.
Good stuff. Yeah. Comic Skater is in the house as well. What's going on? Hail panel. Good to see you. Good to see you. Luffy is God. I'd like to pick up a Destro and Baroness and Snake Eyes and Scarlet to display. That's quite a few of the ones that are actually a little bit more difficult to freaking come by too.
Yeah, I got lucky. The first wave I actually did find in stores. Apparently, it was a Walmart had put them out, and they left them on the top, like not on the pegs, but up high. Because I went to look, and I'm like, oh, I saw like one figure sitting there. I think it was oh shit, what was it? It was Duke. He was just sitting there by himself. I'm like, did they have the other ones? And then I look up, and I went, oh shit. And they had them all stacked right above. Like someone just went, oh, fuck it. I don't have time to put it on the peg. I'll just leave them up here.
Well, you know what? That actually could have been somebody trying to hide them to come back for later. Because I've actually seen people when I went looking for Transformers, some of them they have hidden up on top. And I've seen other people, they take them and they put them underneath the shelves on the floor to try to hide them for later. Like, yeah, I remember all those tricks. I mean, I remember back Toys R Us days, they used to have those, like, it looked like just like the covering with the artwork, but they were pop-up shelves. And people would take them and hide them up there. So the first thing I did when I looked, I would pop those things up. All right, what they got hidden up there today? Oh shit, I want that one and that one. And I knew there was somebody probably down the aisles. I'm like, son of a bitch, I just hid that. That.
It's funny, Tom, that you say that too, because I talked to a couple of people in Toys R Us when I was like looking for shit, and they said it. He goes, usually, yeah, we'll open up a box and we're supposed to be keeping them kind of back there anyway. But he goes, yeah, a lot of the scalpers would come in, or people who would come back later, and they would try to stick them in these places. So that's what it was actually designed for.
Tom Hanks is in the house too. Holy cow!
Well, you know, being a bit vertically challenged, I just, you know, I would just put it, you know, at the very back of the hook, you know, that was, you know, instead of
or go to the girl section and hide them behind some of the shit over there.
And what I used to do is I'd hide them behind the toys that nobody would be picking up, and usually it's like right across the aisle, like just hiding behind those.
Yeah, it's like that, or it's usually in the girl section because it's pretty empty in there all the time anyway. So you just throw them behind a bunch of like bigger boxes.
Oh, Harrison, look. Empress Pelosi is here. Oh, no.
Another whore with shit breath.
Hide him in the shoe area. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to continue on. The first thing I'm going to do is actually it's going to fall right in line basically what you had. It's going to be part of the classified series, but these ones are actually from the Snake Eyes film. I had picked these ones up for my brother, but we got the G.I. Joe Classified Series, Storm Shadow, and Snake Eyes. Anyway, guys, we here at the Guinea Pig Collective hope that you enjoyed this discussion on G.I. Joe so far, and we are looking forward to continuing this discussion, and we hope that you are having fun. Remember to go ahead and share this one out for everybody to stop by and see what we are talking about, and of course, nibble away at that like button for us. Yeah, so I mean that one I picked up from my brother because he's always been a huge Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes fan, and even though it was from the movie, he still liked it enough. I was like, yeah, I'll get it for you.
Yeah, they're not bad. I think that Snake Eyes is a pretty sweet figure. I reviewed both of them.
Yeah, because they look pretty much like Snake Eyes at the end. It was just this of the film, wasn't it? He wasn't.
What was that?
I said it looked like Snake Eyes at the end of the film, So the figure should look pretty much like Snake Eyes.
Oh,
It wasn't
yeah,
one of
yeah.
them where, yeah.
Yeah, dude, I agree. Like, he came with that Asian head, which you could just throw right in the garbage. But he looks just like Snake Eyes. It's fine.
Stop Asian hate, Benny.
It's not Asian hate. Snake Eyes is a white dude. That's all.
Parrot said you could hide them in the coffee enema section. I didn't know Walton had his own section in the store.
Gross. But just in case, because Red's right, it could sound like it was Asian hate. So let me apologize. Sure. Can't see me. Sure. Xi Jinping. Sure. Enforcer. Sure. End of the world. Sure. Can't see
Thank
me.
you, Ben.
You're welcome.
He spanks Hanks for stopping by.
That's right. Stay away from kids, Hanks. You creep.
Decepticons Cave Villain says, "Well, I got Thalog, Goliath, and Demona."
Actually, yes, I just I did my review on Demona last week. I was so lucky to find her too. I walked into a Target. I was coming back from somewhere. I'm like, let me just swing by over here. It was a weird time of the day that I went, and apparently they just put 2 of them out, and that was it. So
yeah, I'd stopped by and I'd seen one sitting there, and then I looked and I seen that big giant Disney tag sitting on it. I was like, yeah, that's all right.
You could have flipped it anyway.
I know. Just like Liam was saying that maybe we should take out money on Disney stock and try to clean up. I can't do it to myself.
It's not a bad idea. But who knows how much more they're going to drop, though, right?
How low can they go? How low can they go? But so moving on with the G.I. Joe talk, I actually have a few more clips talking about the history of G.I. Joe and where it went after that. So here we go.
Beginning in 2002, newly designed collections of 3.75-inch G.I. Joe figures and vehicles were released. Each collection centered on a storyline or theme such as Spy Troops and Valor vs. Venom. The line was actually put on hiatus in 2005 prior to the release of the Sigma 6 toy line. But from 2005 to 2006, the direct-to-consumer 3.75-inch line was reintroduced after this very brief hiatus via Hasbro's direct-to-consumer website, HasbroToyShop.com, and various online retailers. As a result of the line's success, some figures also became available at certain retailers such as Toys R Us. In 2007, to commemorate the 25th anniversary of the Real American Hero line, Hasbro released a collection of newly sculpted 4-inch figures as opposed to the 3.75-inch, based on classic and new designs of many of the line's best-known and most popular characters. The 25th anniversary figures replaced the classic O-ring construction with a swivel chest feature and increased points of articulation beyond the standard shoulder, elbow, and knees to swivel wrists, ankles, and double-hinged knees. The 25th anniversary figures also included Specialist Tracker, otherwise known as Matt Tracker, the leader of Mask. Originally planned to consist of only 2 sets of 5 figures each, 1 G.I. Joe and 1 Cobra, the 25th anniversary collection was well received by retailers and collectors and was expanded by Hasbro into a full-fledged toy line that ran through to 2009. The most recent releases in this line do not include the 25th anniversary branding, but in all other respects constitute a continuation of the 25th anniversary collection. Other waves released in 2009 include the Resolute figures, which were introduced in Wave 13 and had an animated feature premiere in April 2009. The 25th anniversary line was later canceled in favor of releasing figures for the upcoming live-action movie. Some of the planned figures from canceled waves, totaling 14 figures, were instead released as 2 7-figure exclusive packs, entitled Defense of Cobra Island and Attack on Cobra Island. Each set contained figures from one opposing side. The canceled future waves included Night Force Falcon, the Python Patrol Trooper, and Televiper, and an Iron Claw Resolute Crimson Guard Trooper comic pack.
I remember seeing some of those figures, but never really, at the time, had the chance to pick them up. I remember some of them looking really nice, though.
Yeah, I haven't seen them.
Yeah, I did get the. I had the Storm Shadow with the. I'm not sure if it was like a snow edition or what he was, but the dude when he had the hood and like the gray camo in his outfit.
Oh yeah.
That was a cool ass figure. I really like that one.
They released him in classifieds, that one, that 6-inch scale, but people wanted the classic one as well, so they finally listened.
Well, you can't beat the classic look of a lot of those figures.
Yeah, classic looks amazing, but yeah, that camo one was pretty cool. And I know there's a 1/6 scale figure that I believe 3-0 made, that company, and yeah, they have both versions. So there's a classic one, and he has like seamless joints for the arms, and then they did the version that's got the camo, and both look fantastic. So yeah, no, they did a nice job.
So, yeah, where are the GI Pig figures? That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. They might be in the mall, like, stalking women. Oh my God! Oh, look at that ass! Ah, what a weirdo.
Well, now, especially since I'm a Navy veteran, I'd love to find some shipwreck stuff.
Oh, dude, yeah. I'm surprised they haven't done them yet. I think they're starting to get to more of the classic characters again. Because they did Bazooka. I think he's a new one that's coming out this year. The Twins, I believe they should be coming out soon too. I'm telling you, that classified line is really epic. It's a shame that Hasbro's not releasing them in super large quantities. Dicks.
Yeah, I just don't understand. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, by now they have to know that these scalpers are going out there and just pretty much purging the shelves. They have to at this point.
It'd be because they're making like Shield figures probably, so they need the room.
Use your vocabularistics, man. Come on.
They're probably making Shield figures, and so they've got no room to do other stuff.
I can't understand a word this man has said. Is he drunk?
Well, he don't know
I'll talk like this.
so his vocabularistics is limited.
The world after space, and they're gonna be all like, "Oh, it's Shield! It's gonna sell like hotcakes."
If Walton were here, he would know exactly what he's saying.
What's going on, Pacific?
I'm only teasing.
414, and what's going on, Gremlinton? Good to see you both. Welcome. I hope that you're doing okay today.
Yeah,
but
welcome.
I have one more clip to tie up the G.I. Joe toy line, and then the last major topic that I have on G.I. Joe will be about the animated movie. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get into this last clip to see if I can jar a little bit more of those nostalgia memories for everybody and talk about some of the awesome accolades that G.I. Joe wound up getting.
So in 2009, a series of figures were released based on the Rise of Cobra movie. In 2010 to 2011, they released a line called The Pursuit of Cobra, which were based on 4 battlegrounds: Desert City, Jungle, and Arctic. The packaging was an update to the 25th anniversary line. For its 30th anniversary in 2011-2012, a new series of figures was released, including characters from both G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, and the G.I. Joe Renegades cartoon series. The series was continued through 2012. And in 2013, a series of figures were based on the movie G.I. Joe Retaliation. And in 2014 to 2016, to celebrate their 50th anniversary of G.I. Joe, a new line of figures was released using characters from the G.I. Joe, a Real American Hero cartoon series. With all the reiterations of G.I. Joe line, I'm sure it will be no time before they wind up re-emerging once again. After all, G.I. Joe was such a popular toy line that G.I. Joe was inducted into the National Toy Hall of Fame at the Strong in Rochester, New York in 2004, and in 2017 into the Pop Culture Hall of Fame.
Honestly, G.I. Joes were my absolute favorite toy as a kid. Like I loved a lot of stuff, but they were just the right size, the right articulation, just the right stuff. It was perfect, the perfect toy.
Absolutely. Dude, my favorites were like the Cobra Vipers, and obviously because I was always a fan of Cobra anyway. It's like the villains are the best, but Tomax and Zaymont, I fucking love those things.
Yeah, me too. Except one of them had a weird like hair parting. I can't remember which one it was, but one of them just bothered me.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, one did have a funny one like that. It's funny too because when I was a kid, we used to around Christmas time and shit, we would take like the weapons and shit they came with because they had like that thing where they could rappel down from like a building or whatever. You just need a string, and like we would have our own, and we would go like from one of the banisters into the Christmas tree, and I lost one there. And the next year when we took out the tree, it was one of the the metal ones, the fake ones. I found the figure, which was hilarious.
Godzillionaire says, I saw the flag at a local retro toy shop. It's hard to comprehend how big that thing is. Yeah, it's like a 7 feet and a half inch, or 7 feet and 6 inches, or 2 inches, or something like that. I know it's over 7 feet. The thing, it's massive.
I knew one rich kid when we were kids who had it, and I had no idea either. He's like, "Yeah, when I see my G.I. Joe collection," I'm like, "This kid's a dick." Like, no one ever liked him. Went to his house. I'm like, "Holy shit, this guy lives in a mansion practically." We go to his room, and he pulls out the space shuttle thing, and then he goes, "Oh, that's nothing." And then like he moves like a box, and then he's got the carrier there. I'm like, "What the fuck?" He opens up a suitcase, big one, not a little one, filled with G.I. Joes. I'm like, "Oh, I just want to knock this kid out and just steal all this shit."
Hey, what's going on? Nelson the Gentleman, welcome.
What's up, Nelson?
Hey, guys.
What's up, Nelson?
How you doing, man?
So did he become your new best friend?
No, I still hated that kid. It's funny, years later, after I moved, my cousin beat the shit out of him. It was pretty funny.
Listen, I can't say much. I used to have 2 large toolboxes full of G.I. Joes.
Nice.
I'm surprised you didn't beat the shit out of him, Vinny.
Yeah, I didn't get beat for it.
I had no reason to, but my cousin, like, I guess when they became teenagers, like my cousin moved in that area, and that kid really became a spoiled brat and a jerk off. So my cousin just grabbed like his Walkman, I think he had it, and he just smashed it over his head.
Now, see, Vinny. Now, if that was me, and I would have had somebody like that I knew, I would have been like, "Oh, why don't we play with this thing outside?" And I would have been. You ever see the raccoons when they pick up handfuls of cat food and start running? That would have been me running with the USS flag.
Oh yeah.
We got to that stage where he found out like G.I. Joe figures weren't like getting him not beaten up.
I just can't believe he ruined a perfectly good Walkman like that,
I don't think it was the figures either, because I know the type. There's one of those kids in every fucking neighborhood, and they all got it coming.
Just spoiled rotten, and then it shows everything else that they do in their lives. They're just a bunch of scumbags.
Walkman lives matter, damn it. Walkman lives matter.
If you look on the bright side, it usually means their parents don't love them, and they just buy them a lot of shit to keep them.
Yeah, that's how you keep them quiet.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah,
I had a neighbor, one friend. He was a friend of mine, and his parents were very strict, and he wouldn't do the simplest things like clean his room. So one day they got so mad at him, they took all his toys out of his room and put him out to the curb. Yo, I was salivating to take all his toys. Because he had all these Transformers. He had Optimus Prime, and he had like what was it? He had Skylinks, and he had this, and I was like looking at him, and I'm like, when my dad's like grabbing their shoulder, no, Tommy, you can't go over and take them. I said, I just want to protect them.
Put a tarp over them.
Right? The 5-finger discount.
They did eventually let him come outside and get it all after he cleaned up his room. But Luckiest Guy, the G.I. Joe movie, you mean the TV animated movie? No, that was a movie before it became a TV animated movie.
Yeah, they broke it up afterwards.
They changed it afterwards too, because the original version wound up being direct to video release, so it went straight to VHS.
Because didn't they kill Duke in the movie? That's what I remember.
In the original one, they killed Duke. In the original one, Slaughter stabs Globulus right in the eye.
Mm-hmm.
And they cut all. Yeah, they cut all that by the time it came out and came to TV.
Yep.
And the reason, in case anybody is not aware, the reason that it went direct to video is because 2 other Hasbro movies flopped. My Little Pony and Transformers the movie both flopped. So when it came to G.I. Joe, they decided to just go straight to video release.
Yeah. Oh, maybe don't kill your lead character in the opening.
Yeah, right.
They did a version of it, didn't they? Where he survives, but like he's shot, but he seeks medical attention, I think.
No, he's stabbed and he goes into a coma.
Right, yeah, but like he sort of like survives at the end where he can't do any of the mission because his head's in a coma. But
right, yeah. Well, that's the TV edited version, Jens, and that's actually the same version that they're showing on Hasbro's YouTube 24-hour YouTube channel.
Yeah, because they had to. Because I remember that following season, it took a couple of episodes before they got Duke back on his feet, basically, because they started working on the animation for the next season already. With Duke dead.
Yeah.
What a bunch of morons.
Well, at least we had Baroness teach an entire generation of kids to be into S&M dominatrixes when they rolled her.
True. Do you guys remember that episode where it was they did like their own multiverse, and she was actually good? Like that was pretty sweet. And then like they had 2 of the Joes that died in her world ended up leaving our world to be with her. Like, dude, it was awesome. I'm like, holy shit.
Damn, Fisk.
I know, right? Chris wins the savage comment of the night. Damn it, Red. My parents didn't love me and still didn't buy me shit. Motherfuckers. Oh, well. They're in old folks' homes now. Who's laughing now?
Savage.
Sounds like a blues song.
What's going on, Pale Rider? Good to see you. My aunt asked me if I wanted the flagship, and I said yes, but that was too expensive for a toy. I was a capitalist way back then.
What was it when it came out back then? What was it, like $60, $100, something like that?
Oh, it was over 100.
That's crazy.
I want to say it was closer to like 150 or something. Like it was one of the most expensive toys that had ever hit the market up until that point.
Well, G.I. Joe's. Well, those Joes were what, like around $3 and change, right?
Around there, yeah. Me and Red and I were talking about it earlier. Yeah, they were fairly cheap.
Back in the good old days.
Yeah, remember when you could actually buy things?
Yeah.
Now you go out to get milk and it's like fucking $6 a carton.
Well, that's how I got my toolboxes full of G.I. Joes. Was JCPenney's was going out of business, so they had them all, these giant bins full of action figures on sale for $1 a piece. Later on, they went down to 50 cents a piece. I was like, hell yeah!
Oh, the KB Toy Store was another great place to get that too. And Bone says G.I. Walton, The Rise of Wood.
but not for very long.
Little Wood.
It's a very short tail.
Poor son of a bitch. Oh, he made it crack when I did meet him. He was talking about something with the ladies. He's like, "Yeah, I'm not that lucky." And I'm like, "Oh, you poor son of a bitch."
Death by Saber says Channing Tatum didn't want to be in the G.I. Joe movies. He wanted his character to be killed off. And Pale Rider says he think it was like 120 to 140. See, I was thinking somewhere around that, like 100, maybe even 150, but I know it was extremely expensive.
That was a hell of a lot of money back then.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
A lot of money now.
Go ahead, Nelson. What you gonna say?
I just wanted to thank you guys for having me on. I gotta go. I gotta watch Temple of Doom with my parents. We're catching up on the classic Indiana Jones trilogy. But I just wanted to say thank you.
Oh,
no,
awesome,
no.
man.
Anytime you want to drop in, just let me know. Just come on by and hang out and have some fun.
Okay, Vinny, what?
I hope you guys have a great adventure with me. Grab your hat and your whip. Kathleen Kennedy, go fuck herself. The originals are the best. I made so much money with George. There was none of that other crap. No Phoebe Waller something or other. No Wookiees. No time travel. No ugly little retarded kids swinging in trees like monkeys. It was the good old days when the villain would rip out your heart with his bare hand. Yeah. Good old days. I banged a lot of whores back then. And enjoy the films, brother.
All right. Well, it was nice meeting you, Shellback, Red Gaze, Vinny. Jens, good to see you again. Tommy, good to meet you finally.
No, man, my pleasure. My pleasure. Like I said, anytime you want to drop on, just let me know. I will throw you the link.
And Vinny, sorry I called you Jimmy. I was a little nervous when I came on and my brain did a brain fart. So.
Oh, no worries, dude. Yeah. It's an easy
well, that's easly understandable. He does do the John Cena character, and if you remember, at one time there was little Jimmy that what was it? R-Truth that was alluding was John Cena. Little Jimmy.
Little Jimmy. You talking about Walton again?
You can't see.
All right.
All right, man.
Have a good night, Nelson.
Later.
Hey, take care, guys. Hail. Bye.
Bye.
Started watching Peaky Blinders today. Kind of slow start, but it's growing on me. What?
Yeah,
like
I've heard that's good.
It is good. I missed like the last 2 seasons. I gotta catch up. But yeah, no, those first ones were amazing. I mean, really good acting, great writing.
Yeah, Decepticons, Cave of Villains. Drax will die in the next Guardians of the Galaxy. And see, at one time I would have cared, but I am just so tired of Disney, and I'm tired of everything they do. I'm tired of their grooming nonsense.
Yep.
And I've actually gotten to the point. I was telling Red about this. I said, I'm getting to the point now. Like whenever anybody starts talking about their Disney properties that they love so much, since they want to support a company that supports groomers, I'm just going to start saying, "Okay, groomer," every time I got to hear it.
Dude, people are unbelievable, man. But yeah, you can do what you want, man. You go for it, Tommy. Because I don't give a shit either. I'm like, please, these people, all they do is bitch and whine about it, and then they're like, "Oh my god, I saw it. Oh, this is why you shouldn't see it. Whammon. Phonies."
And Moon Knight's ended, so I won't be saying much about Disney. Apart from how shit they are.
Thank God.
Yeah, I watched 2 episodes of Moon Knight. That thing was a piece of shit. And
well,
what a message too for kids.
But compared to what's out, but compared to what's out nowadays, it's a fucking masterpiece. I give it 8 out of 10 because the masculine action in it was fucking real good. It just had the fucking silly, fucking gaily shite in it, which totally ruined it. But it still had great masculine action in it.
So you're gonna make me say it. Okay, groomer.
You're being conditioned to accept mediocre is great. That's the problem.
Yeah, see, I can't do that. Like, I see something like that was that bad. Like those first 2 episodes were so fucking stupid. I think his costume, he looked like a Power Ranger. piss poor, man. That's like it was CW quality.
Kind of did, like when they became ninjas in the Power Rangers
Obi-Wan
movie. Yeah.
Kenobi and She-Hulk is going to be like fucking the Christian Bale Batman.
I couldn't watch those other things either. I watched the first episode, I think, of S.H.I.E.L.D., and then they killed off Lucy Lawless. I'm like, well, what the hell's the point of this now? And then I'm like, this show's terrible. It's fucking awful.
It did kind of suck. Yeah, I wasn't fond of it.
Pale Rider, that is not Yen's fault.
Well, he don't know talking good like me and you. So his vocabularistics is limited.
Yeah, that's a big at Pale Rider. Ableist.
Yeah, I don't.
The clearest word is fuck.
Well, yeah. All I do is watching masculine action. That's all I'll be doing.
Yeah, I heard the chick was very masculine in it.
Oh yeah. Hey, right? When you can fire bullets out of your cape that has been fired into your cape and fire them back and kill the people that was firing at you, that is like proper masculine. Even I can't do that move.
It's much more masculine if you do that with your cock.
Yeah, well, it's Disney, innit?
Yeah. If there was a kid in that scene, he would have used the cock.
Well, so you got to be careful. You got to be careful with all that masculine cock action going on, Jens, because next thing you know, the Peen Jesus will show up at your door with a bucket ready to clean. You don't want that to happen.
Get that bullet residue off.
Yeah. But as I was saying, though, what a great message for kids. Here's a hero who's got multiple personalities, doesn't know who the fuck he is, where he's going. Yeah, it's woo.
But you didn't see the ending. You didn't see the ending. You didn't see the ending because spoilers. It all works out in the end because that's like fucking our superhero film should be.
So did he have a personality that groomed children? Because I think that's going to be in season 2.
Lasso has a point.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go over here, sit in the corner, and put my Star Wars original trilogy puzzle together. Oh.
I'm gonna practice catching bullets with my dick.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to do a season 2 because they like finished it off. They wrapped it up nicely, and I think they're thinking, well, it's too masculine. There's not many people into that masculine action, and they ruined it by like having a female in it, which like put off the people like me a bit. Where I was like, oh yeah, it's great, but it's not that great that I'd give it a 9 or a 10. It got like an 8. But then you have the other people who like don't really want to see like dudes flying around kicking ass. But awesome, great fight scenes though.
Such heroic nonsense.
Okay, that's enough of that. Decepticon, yeah, can it be masculine cock? No, I don't know. And
That'll be a feminine penis.
What's going on? I'm not Creative 22. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Always happen when you get a chance to stop in. I don't know what happened to the other guys that were supposed to stop by. I got hosed.
Those sons of bitches. They're like, yeah, we love G.I. Joe. You having a G.I. Joe stream? Crickets.
It happens. You know what? I don't care. I'm still having fun. All the people in the chat, you guys have been absolutely amazing so far. And you know what? I couldn't have had a better time than having such a time like this, talking with people who respect the franchise, that love the franchise, and like Vinny and I, who are still out there collecting some of the newer stuff too. You can't have a better conversation than that. I appreciate every single person that's stopping by. So I do have a small toy break with a couple of the other things, and then I want to get into that animated movie. I got a short clip for the animated movie, and we can start talking about that. And then we could talk about what we expect to see out of G.I. Joe in the coming years. So go ahead. everybody, what's going on? Our good buddy Cringer is here, and of course your good buddy of the Guinea Pig Collective, Tommy, as well. And we're gonna have our toy break for today. So from 2008, we've got G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra and the Baroness, Attack on the G.I. Joe Pit. This one was kind of interesting. It was kind of neat. It doesn't really want to stand up very well. There it goes. But I'd actually picked this one up from my friend Chad, and I was like, you know what? I don't have any Baroness figures at home. Look at this thing. I think this one could have been done a lot better. Sorry, Cringer. Oh no, Cringer got whacked. Because I think she looks anorexic. Like, the gap is for real, fellas. But anyway, we also have, from 2020, the G.I. Joe reissues of Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow. Oh, what happened, Cringer? Did these guys get in the way of your camera, and are you angry? I don't blame you. It is your camera. But these ones are well done. Of course, the backs of these ones look almost exactly like the original toys that came out in the 1980s. I think these ones are well done, and of course, they are extremely articulate. I am not going to be taking these ones out of the package because I like them exactly the way they are, because they're going to go up on the wall really well once I get a room to put them in. Anyway, guys, this has been your toy break for today.
I love it. That's the best that one from Saturday Night Live ever looked, was with the shake weights.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's so hilarious. The connotations of what she's doing with him is hilarious.
That was awesome. But yeah, Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow. When did you pick those up?
I'd actually picked them up when I was still cleaning out my father's house. I stopped in a Walmart up there because my dad had he had like a couple of gift cards for Walmart. So I went to Walmart and I was going to pick up some totes and everything. I said, I'll go check out the toy aisle. And I seen them sitting there. They had all these figures, and I only picked up Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes, but they had Scarlet, they had Duke, they had Flint,
wow.
they had them all. I went back like a day and a half later because I was thinking, I should go get some more of them. They were all gone. And I was like, son of a bitch.
You got there in the sweet spot before the scalpers got them.
Yeah.
What were they, like $10 each?
I think at the time, yeah, they were like 10 or 12, something like that.
Okay. Wow. Damn.
But when I seen those, I wasn't passing up on those two.
Yeah, man. No.
Well, throughout the years, every time they had another iteration, I'd always tried to pick them up, at least those two guys, because they were my favorite characters. So, I mean, besides Zartan, which Zartan I could never find anyway, so it was like I knew I was never finding him.
Yeah,
because he was always sold out.
Yeah, that sucks.
Kristen Wiig with the kung fu grip.
That Elmo throwing himself off the shelf was great too. He's trying to run away from the.
Yeah. Oh my God. I used to do that in the damn toy aisles. I would like hit all the try me buttons and just walk away, and things would be yelling and screaming, or things would be rocking, maybe falling off the shelf.
Do you remember
go ahead.
Sorry. No, I was gonna say, do you remember when Disney released their Tarzan figure that was jerking off?
Yes.
This is that thing. They try to pull it as fast as they could, and they said if you have one now, it's like it's going for an arm and a leg.
Well, they didn't have to pull it as fast as they could. Tarzan already beat them to it.
That's right.
Oh, shit. Cool action figure. Yeah, I thought so. That Baroness one, though, man. Holy crap. Like the gap on that thing. Oh, Jesus. I was dying when I was looking at that figure. That figure is going for like $25.
Okay. But what's the size of it?
It's like the 4-inch.
Oh, okay.
A little big for Walton, but, you know.
Yeah. It's life size for Walton. Oh, she's really tall. She's like Katie tall.
Nah. You think you can get one of her without the stilettos on?
We got a little sandpaper. We just, we take off the heels. Oh, shit.
I hear you, Shellback, but unfortunately, that company is what they are what they are, and I can't make excuses for them. Yo, what's going on, Slasher? Good to see you, buddy, man. I hope all is going well.
Yeah, Slasher.
Now, Slasher's supposed to have one of his Wednesday shows coming up. I'm hoping that I could find time to be able to stop by. I know my back is still killing me. I got to go to the emergency room tonight. Yay!
Oh, damn.
I can't get a doctor to look at me for my freaking injuries from the accident. No doctor will see me. Like they're saying, the closest appointment we can give you is like the 22nd. It's like the 22nd. Like, holy shit. It's way outside the time that I need to get seen by a doctor for the freaking for the insurance.
You can be healed up by then.
Yeah, I know, really. Damn. So goddamn stupid.
You guys keep talking about Walton. It's not very nice, okay? Come on now. It's just the fact that, he can still fit into a Power Wheels vehicle as an adult, okay?
Shellback, wash your ass.
He's a poor little bastard. Clean the pee.
Oh man, yeah. Be sure to stop by Slash's channel and check out. He always has an awesome freaking B-rated movie night. He finds some of the most underwatched movies possible to talk about and do discussions on. I know we had an awesome one talking about Repo Man one time, which I personally like that movie because it's just so cheesy. But that's just me. I also like Sleepaway Camp because I like seeing the look on people's faces when they watch it for the first time. Yo, Glinzer, what's up? Walton, you absolutely did hear Walton. His name was whispering through the trees. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, same here. The nose piece of my glasses is broken. I can't get an appointment until July. Yikes. That's freaking ridiculous. I just don't understand what these freaking doctors are doing anymore.
Sometimes you can fix them, though, with like a small screwdriver. It's just like a little screw that's come off.
Well, sometimes it's actually part of the frame that breaks, so.
Yeah, but if it isn't, though, yeah. Or sometimes if you bang some sellotape around it or whatever, you can like sort of make do to wearing them where it looks a bit stupid, but if it's wearable.
Yeah, Luffiest God, yeah, that is the one with Emilio Estevez. So how much do you guys remember about the old animated movie?
A bit. Not a ton, but a bit.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I liked it. I haven't seen it in a long time. The closest I came was again YouTube during the pandemic. There was like you said, still doing the 24-hour thing. But I haven't seen the original since I was a kid.
I'm not even sure if they have any freaking copies of it out there anymore.
Oh, I doubt it.
I would say the version I saw was one where it was like edited because there was apparently the scene where someone gets shagged in a cave, or someone has a shag in a cave, but like the edit it out. Obviously, you don't see the shagging in a cave.
Was it Roadblock with the snake version of Cobra Commander?
Oh. No, it was a female, because if it had been, they'd have fucking let that fly. They'd have been like, oh yeah, we can't get it. Like,
had to bring
Cobra, la la la
into
la
it,
la.
didn't you? Oh.
Sorry.
Hey, what's up, Slasher?
What's good, bro?
Not much, man. I'm just chilling.
What's up, man?
Talking Joe's?
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
We went over the total history of it, starting with the 12-inch figures back in the day. So it's been a fairly long stream so far. It's been a lot of fun to talk about. I know there was actually a few more guests that were supposed to stop in, but unfortunately, things happen. ETEP actually got a hold of me, and he says he double booked himself, I think. And I was like, he's like, dude, I'll make it up to you. I'll make it up. I was like, yeah, I know. It's no big deal. It is what it is. Shit happens. I understand. I'm not going to hold a grudge.
I thought by the time because I still had to finish it up at the old house, so I figured that you might be done by the time I got back. But I was like, okay, I got time to jump on.
Cool, man.
Well, I knew this was probably going to be a long stream when I started getting all my clips together, and I wound up with something like 7 clips just on the main topic of G.I. Joe through the history of it. And then I had a couple toy breaks, and then I had the animated movie. So I was like, yeah, this is going to be a long stream. But I think G.I. Joe deserves it because I think it's one of those franchises that, it's one of the franchises that's enduring. Even though it's had breaks in its production run and everything else, it always comes back, and it always comes back fairly strong.
Mm-hmm. That's our G.I. Joe, the Kenner Star Wars figures, and He-Man figures are pretty much like the first toys that I remember as a kid. So, they definitely hold a spot in my heart.
Be right back.
It's all action. That's why it was called Action Force over in the UK. Because it was all like action, wasn't it? Like explosions and tanks.
And lessons learned.
Luffy has got goddamn reptiles. Turn me a G.I. Joe Serpentor, a clone of Alexander the Great was when I checked out. Nobody puts Cobra Commander in the corner.
You know how many people say they checked out once Serpentor came into the fold?
I kind of like Serpentor.
I do too. I like Globulus too.
It was definitely an interesting toy. Now, I will say that the one that we have in our collection, it doesn't have the bend anymore. Because unfortunately, back in the day when they used to do those figures with the rubber and the bendable inside, because they had a metal wire in there, they always put air holes in the damn things. And I don't know why they did it. Because anytime you put air holes, that's when condensation and everything else gets in there. It gets on the damn wires, it rusts them, and then they break and fall apart.
I still have a Globulus. I don't have the other two, though. I never had the other two. I got Globulus separate.
No, thanks. I'm not creative. Yeah, I think I hit it sometime last week. The last time I checked, I laughed because I'm a convenience store. I had 7-Eleven for subs.
Yeah, congrats, bro. Congrats.
Yeah.
Thank you. But okay, we're going to get into our last major topic of the night, and we're going to talk about the old G.I. Joe animated movie. So I got a little clip here prepared to get everybody in the feels. Get those nostalgia bells ringing, and here we go.
1987, G.I. Joe, the movie.
Yo, Joe!
With some of the voice actors in it being Charlie Adler, Shuko Okun, Jack Angel, Michael Bell, Greg Berger, Earl Bowen, Arthur Burghardt, Corey Burton, and a whole host of other names, such as, hey, here he is again, Peter Cullen. And just in case you forgot who Peter Cullen is, he is the voice of
I am Optimus Prime.
So following on the heels of the G.I. Joe, a real American hero cartoon series, the story goes as such. Time and time again, Cobra has been on the threshold of global domination, only to be thwarted by the Joes. Now the ruthless terrorist organization has a new ally, the Cobra La race, led by Globulus. Globulus wants to steal the Joes' broadcast energy transmitter in order to ripen space spores and mutate the people of Earth. When Duke is injured and the rest of the force immobilized, it's up to the new Rawhides and Slaughter's Marauders to pick up the slack and save the world.
Slaughter's Marauder.
I tell you what, I had most of those figures actually sitting when I was showing off the toys earlier. I think I had that whole team for Slaughter's Marauders.
You mean the blue repaints or the three guys from the slaughterhouse?
The three guys. I don't have we don't have the original Slaughter. I could have swore we did, not unless it's sitting in another tub of figures, because I know there's at least one more tub of those G.I. Joe figures I have. But the original Slaughter came in like that two-tone shirt where it was like blue
with
and
the
like
vehicle, right? He had a vehicle.
Yeah, he came with like a tank or something.
Yeah, like a little one man mini tank.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he had USA on his tank top, right?
Yeah.
Because the second one just had the straight up black tank top.
Right. It had the black tank top, and then they had another black tank top with USA on that as well.
Yeah. And then they put out a later one. They put out a later one with a bigger vehicle.
They did a few different ones with Sergeant Slaughter. I mean, that guy, he actually, he still sits there on Twitter, and every once in a while he'll talk about that.
Yeah. I don't think that's him, though. That's probably one of his handlers typing all that shit for him.
More than likely. Well, I don't know. I mean, he seems to follow an awful lot of people. Yeah, not the only robot Peter Cullen voiced. People forget Ramrod from Saber Rider and the Star Sheriffs. Love Cullen and Welker voiced my childhood. Absolutely. Such a shame that they didn't use him in the Netflix version. I mean, I understand why they did to cut costs because of the voice actors union, like demanding like really high price tags for the show. But I mean, I didn't think the guys did a horrible job, but it damn sure wasn't the same. But as far as the G.I. Joe movie, like I said, in this one, like if you look all the things where they talk about the synopsis for the movie, they talk about Duke is injured. But like in the original one, he's killed. He's dead.
And they were going to replace him with Falcon, right?
Yeah, his like younger brother.
And then the whole Optimus Prime dying thing kind of affected their plans. Like they changed plans because of that, because it didn't go too well with the Transformers crowd.
Well, originally they released a direct-to-video, and the original death scene for Duke was there. And much the same way that people like wrote in about Optimus Prime being killed off, they did the same thing with Duke. And then when they were going to release it on TV, they were like, "Oh, we can't have this. We can't have a death on TV." So they wound up editing it out. And like I said, they also they edited out the scene where he stabbed Globulus in the eye. Vinny's got to take off. Vinny,
yeah,
go ahead. Let everybody know what you got going on, and let them know where they can find you.
Scan for identification.
Yeah, man. You can find me at Vinny Art tonight in like about a half hour. We're going to be over on ETEP's channel. We got the Monday night going in Raw. The Five Horsemen over there. It's always a great time. We got Shadow of the Kraken. Right now it's at the printers. There's only been a slight delay, but they should be shipping it to me next week, it looks like. So, but hey, we're going to get the books, and fulfillment's going to start this month. So that's a beautiful thing. Campaign number 6. Keep supporting it if you could. And yeah, I also got the merchandise store as well. So if you guys want to support that, yeah, that'd be fantastic. Thank you, everybody here, everyone on panel. You guys are awesome. Everyone in chat, much love. We'll see you soon.
All right, Vinny, thank you for being here, buddy. I appreciate it.
Anytime. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Later.
Bye.
But there was a few other things about that animated version I thought was pretty cool. It expanded the Joe's lineup a little more, and it introduced the whole Cobra Law thing, which I know some people hate. I didn't mind it.
Yeah, I thought it was okay.
Well, I think Red, you were touching on it earlier, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't mind it too much. So it felt a little weird at first. I'm not going to lie, but
people got mad because it moved from realistic to more fantasy.
Yeah, a little bit. But as the story progressed, it was okay. And the introduction of them was very abrupt. I'll say that too. It was kind of like a slap in the face. But once you get past that and the story moves on, I rather enjoyed it.
Well, I think it was kind of weird how they actually portrayed Globulus as really being the one in charge, but they've got Serpentor as supposed to be the head guy. I thought that was kind of weird too.
Well, it was weird, but it was also kind of cool because it set up like a new, went from a 2-way to a 3-way dynamic of possible leadership, and backstabbing and all that good stuff. So I'm always down for that.
Then they did it again later on in the toy line when Destro separated from Cobra and started the Iron Grenadiers, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they have it sometimes in contracts where, like, oh yeah, you got to have 2 or 3 new characters that we can do toys of, and so sometimes.
Did you ever have the gold Destro, Tommy?
We did have one. I don't remember if I found it or not because we had a couple Destros sitting around. I'm thinking he was the one that came with the sled, right?
Yeah, he had a vehicle, yeah.
Yeah. We do have that one because I remember looking at the sled just recently.
He had a cape.
Yep. Yeah, he had it was like a half cape too because
one shoulder. Yeah.
Yep. Don't ask me how I remember that.
But he wasn't supposed to be Cobra. He was supposed to be his own group.
Yep. I mean, they kind of tried to do that in a few different franchises. Sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, like the Evil Horde.
Mm-hmm. And well, because originally, once again, that was supposed to be part of the Masters of the Universe line, and then it wound up they needed villains for She-Ra, so they just exported the whole Evil Horde over to the She-Ra franchise and pretty much killed the entire Masters of the Universe line when they did that.
Yeah. Brings it up, man. I've got over it.
Now here's the question. Where do you see G.I. Joe going from here? I mean, I know with the re-release of these retro style figures that they're putting out right now, I think it's a step in the right direction. Some of the crossovers that they're starting to incorporate with like the one I was mentioning earlier, the Megatron Hiss tank with the Baroness figure. Where do you think they're going to go from here with it?
I think they're pretty much staying where they are. It's just gonna ride off the nostalgia coattails. That's what I think.
Yeah, but I reckon now and again though they will have to release somewhat that's new, just to keep the G.I. Joe name going and that. Even if it's like not all that good, like the films where I didn't mind them, but like they weren't exactly true to the cartoon and that. But yeah. It'd be good though if they did do like one with 40-year-old dudes, like what they're supposed to be like.
Red, what's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I can't disagree with it. Probably staying about where it is for the time being. It'd be nice if they actually did something with it worthwhile because these movies are just ass.
Well, I'm kind of curious. Since they've already done the thing where they're doing the crossover with the Transformers, are they going to like revisit that again? Or are they going to like maybe do new, comics? Or are they going to wind up maybe doing a cartoon with it? Or are we maybe going to see some more of the figures crossing over too?
Yeah, comics I wouldn't doubt. I don't know if they're going to step into the movie realm or the cartoon realm with that. I don't know. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, I think they'll probably start off with action feature sort of like film that just gets sort of like not released that because like not many anime sort of films get released.
Well, they could do it the way Marvel and DC do their animated movies, put it out somehow.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
Luffy said he mentioned it earlier, but they're setting up a Hasbro verse with Mask and the Transformers, and that was one of the things I did mention in the video about the toys. Is that when they did the I think it was the 25th anniversary ones that they did. They actually did have Matt Tracker.
Mask was Hasbro.
I think originally it was Kenner, but when they acquired Kenner, they got the rights to all the toys.
Oh, Hasbro bought Kenner? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they bought it. Well, that's why all the Star Wars toys, like all the Star Wars toys out in the market right now, are all Hasbro. Yo, what's going on, Bruce Lombardo? There already had been a crossover from Inhumanoids, Gem and the Holograms, Transformers, and G.I. Joe. There was a Downey Senior talker that went through all 4 cartoons. And what's going on, Brian Crisco? What up?
Did you have the Did you have the comic, the G.I. Joe Transformers crossover, Tommy?
I did have a few of them, but like many of the other older Transformer comics I had through the years, they wound up getting lost or stolen. I believe my ex-wife stole all those comics.
It was a miniseries, right?
Yes, yeah, it was just a mini-series. Real quick, Shellback's got to take off, so Shellback, why don't you let the good people know where they can find you and what you got coming up here, buddy?
Scan for identification.
Well, in about, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes, I'm going to be kicking off another episode of the warm-up, the Yellow Knight Park Cars warm-up. And I decided to, the subject of the day was going to be Nina Jankowicz and, Bribin's, Bribin's DGB, aka Ministry of Truth. So, if you guys want to come on over, tune in, I'd appreciate it.
Awesome. Guys, make sure to check out the Yelling at Park Cars warm-up with Shellback TJC coming up shortly. Oh, what's going on, Jens?
Take care, everybody.
Take care, Shellback. I doubt. I kind of doubt that we're ever going to see another animated movie again. I do think that there is a possibility that they may do another cartoon, because at one point I never thought that we would see like a halfway decent Transformers again, and they did. They did pull that off with the Netflix version. It had problems. Don't get me wrong. There were problems, especially in the last chapter.
Yeah, I agree. But overall, it was enjoyable.
No, I thought it was good.
You don't think that there would be some sort of fucking uproar about glamorizing military these days? Like, because this ain't 1984 anymore, so they're gonna be like, promoting guns, blah blah blah. Like,
well, you know what? Really, they have no leg to stand on now, because those same people have been calling for freaking sending people over to Ukraine.
Yeah, I know, but you know how they talk out of both sides of their mouth, bro.
Yeah.
You know that.
And also, fuck them.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'm just saying.
Joe fighting for Ukraine.
The entertainment industry likes to bend the knee, so
yeah, there's always going to be people bitching and complaining.
Yeah, G.I. Joe with a Ukrainian flag flying.
Yeah, a real Ukrainian hero.
Oh man, that would be freaking hilarious. Could you imagine how quickly there would be petitions out to have it canceled? Just saying. But I think we're actually at a pretty good point to wrap this one up. I think we had an awesome discussion. I wish you could have jumped in sooner, Slasher.
Yeah.
This was an awesome discussion. It's a shame the rest of the guests couldn't pop in, but you know what? The show must go on. We still had fun. The chat, you guys, as always, have been amazing. I do appreciate you guys. Luffy's got one more. As I said, there is a mini series of Joe and Transformers that would be a cool animated movie. I blew up the Snake Eyes trending on Optimus' shoulder into a poster I have on the wall. Nice. Yeah, I do remember that artwork when they had that out there. They are the ultimate hypocrites. Absolutely. And what's going on, Papa Cotton? Good to see you.
What's up, bro?
Guys, I really do appreciate every single one of you coming by in the chat today. All the people that have been dropping links out there for all the panelists and for everybody else that has stopped back in the chat that had channels of their own. Always appreciate you guys doing that. What's going on, Daytona Falls? But guys, we're going to go ahead and we're going to wrap this up, and we're going to give everybody their outros. And then we will catch you next time. And then we're going to start this off the good old-fashioned way.
You know me, but I don't remember smelling you before. Who are you and where do you come from?
I get that a lot. Yeah, Red Gaze on YouTube, at the Red Gaze on Twitter. Go to sunsworn.com, pick up some awesome stuff there. We're creating a whole universe. Well, universe is actually with Bloodbound Books and Katie. Yeah, man, we're creating. Bitching doesn't do it. We need alternatives, so that's what we're hoping to provide. I hope you enjoy them.
There's
I'll be on
awesome books.
I'll be hanging with you, Tep, in just a few minutes.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Going on. No, I do really like the books that you did so far. The freaking the novel, amazing. The short comic, spectacular. I can't wait to read March of the Dominion. I'm waiting on this one. Waiting on it, Red. Red, where's my book?
Thank you, man. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. I promise.
I know. I'm so impatient. I'm so impatient. This is totally not my fault. Guys, make sure to stop by and see the Red Gaze and Nerium also on the Probe on Thursdays as well. Always have a good time. They show off some other creators and they talk about some of these projects of people that are doing it instead of just talking about it.
Heck yeah.
Scan for identification.
You know, you more than guess, Red. You know.
I guess I go now, huh? Yeah, I'm on Twitter. I'm on Twitter. I'm on YouTube. I'm settled in my new place now, so yeah, I'm back Wednesday doing viewer advisory. I'm gonna be watching The Stuff from 1985, and when we're done with that, we're gonna be doing a review on it.
Awesome. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to make this one. Let's see how everything plays out through the rest of this week, including my little trip tonight. Ugh, I'm not looking forward to that. Gotta wait until the wife gets home after midnight to go to the freaking ER. Ugh,
yeah. Sorry.
Fun stuff. Yeah. Ugh. All right. But guys, make sure to check out Slasher on Wednesday. Check out some of those B-rated movies that we like to talk about. Some of the ones that just don't get enough attention. Because some of them are absolute cheesy goodness.
Yep.
Scan for identification.
That's not me. That's not me.
Well, he don't know talking good like me and you. So his vocabularistics is limited.
No, that's more like it. Yeah. Yeah, I've got me Moon Knight video, which is going to be the last one because it's the end of the series and that. And it's going to be hopefully released before I do a stream tomorrow, which I don't know exactly what time tomorrow, in between Tuesday afternoon and Wednesday sort of morning. And then Wednesday I'll be reviewing GoldenEye and reviewing spoilers, and hopefully I'll get that done like quite early-ish. So it might be one of them where it might be 10 o'clock GMT time. It might be, but then it might not be. But hopefully it will be something like that time. Because I want to be finished around about 12 o'clock each time. So
that time zone thing really does become a problem, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, it's one of them where I need to get like it done sort of thing, so I can try and get on Slashers sort of movie watch. So I need to do my own.
I'll probably start running around 8. You know, I'll send the links out around 8. If that's all right. Well,
yeah,
so 8 here American time.
Yeah. So that'll be about 1 o'clock UK time. Because you're like East Coast, are you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it'll be about 1 o'clock time. Which hopefully, I'll be like finished by then. hopefully, and that, so I can just straight watch film.
Jeez. All right, guys, we are going to wrap this one up. It was an awesome discussion of G.I. Joe. A real Yo, Joe. This one has been a lot of fun, and I have had a pleasure and an absolute blast being able to chat with all the people that are on the panel and watching and reading every last one of your comments in the chat. You guys always kill it week in and week out. Thank you so much for being here. Be sure to share this out even after the stream is over to let people know that we are having some fun and talking about the good old times and the things that actually mattered to us back in the day and why we want to protect them today. Because without these discussions, it's a pointless and hollow argument. So, guys, remember, never let anybody tell you what you can and can't say, what you should or should not watch, because your silence gives consent. And we will catch you all next time. Later, y'all.
Peace.
Bye.
Forget the bitch, you should spend. Assimilated, but you don't know it yet. Attacking us is not very wise. Our army's growing if we see through your lies.
What we are looking at, good and evil, right and wrong. It's a big world order. A big world order. A big world order. A big world order. Somebody's going to wind up getting their toes nibbled off in here. A big world order. 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 Better hide your toes as we're coming for. A big world order. A big world order. A big world order.